Adult Solutions. Add-on desires.
Welcome to Adult Solutions Current Affairs program. This is Koteshwar. First we are going to discuss the international current affairs as part of today's current affairs. US lifts pandemic travel ban at airports and land borders from today. Only vaccinated travelers allowed. Travelers across the world prepared on Monday to be reunited with loved ones in the United States for the first time in nearly 2 years, as restrictions were lifted to allow non-US citizens to fly there provided they are vaccinated. Srinagar added to UNESCO's Creative Cities list. The United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, which is also shortly called as UNESCO, on Monday picked 49 cities worldwide for its Creative Cities network. Among the cities was Srinagar, which became the third Indian city to part of this list after Mumbai and Hyderabad. The mediator in the Rafale deal received a bribe of 65 crore rupees targeting the government. Rafale deal, according to a report by French portal Mediapart, French aircraft maker Dassault paid a commission of 7.5 million euros, which is almost all equal to 65 crore rupees, to an intermediary to secure the sale of 36 Rafale fighter jets to India. At the same time, the Indian agencies did not launch an investigation despite having the documents. Astronaut conducts first spacewalk by Chinese woman. Wang Yaping on Monday became the first Chinese woman astronaut to walk in space as she moved out of the under construction space station Tiangong and took part in extravehicular activities for over her 6-hour operation. Is the latest milestone in China's ambitious space program, along with her male colleague Zhai Zhigang. India angry over fisherman's death. India has taken serious note of the Pakistan Maritime Security Agency resorting to unprovoked firing on an Indian fishing boat in the Arabian Sea that resulted in the death of an Indian national. The deceased has been identified as Sridhar R. Chamare, a resident of Vadrai, a coastal village in Palghar district, Maharashtra. High levels of antibodies with vaccines. Research by a team from the University of Montreal in Canada has shown that Pfizer and AstraZeneca vaccines are produced more antibodies than in people who have been exposed to COVID naturally, and that they can efficiently inhibit the Delta variant as well. New protein-based COVID vaccine does not need cold storage. Scientists have developed a new protein-based vaccine candidate for COVID-19 that they say is much easier to produce and does not need any refrigeration. The research team at Boston Children's Hospital, United States, noted that currently available COVID vaccines require cold storage and sophisticated manufacturing capacity, which makes it difficult to produce and distribute them widely, especially in less developed countries. Support for ammonia production in India from wastewater. Scientist Dr. Minesh Singh said that they are ready to implement their technology of producing ammonium from nitrate in wastewater in India. A native of India, he is an assistant professor at the University of Illinois, United States of America. Yesterday we discussed about this project which will useful to convert the nitrates in wastewater to ammonia in the agriculture fields. FATF places Turkey on grey list for failing to check terror financing. Turkey, which has been trying to pit India against Pakistan over Kashmir, has recently faced a strong backlash at the international level. The country has been placed on a grey list by the Office of the Financial Action Task Force, which is also called as FATF, for failing to check terror financing and money laundering. One month before, Pakistan also added in the grey list by the Financial Action Task Force, which is also called as FATF, and now Turkey has been added into the grey list. National current affairs. President Kovind confers Padma awards to 141 members. President Ramnath Kovind presented Padma awards to 141 individuals, some posthumously at a ceremony held in the Rashtrapati Bhavan here on Monday. Of these, 7 were Padma Vibhushan, 16 Padma Bhushan and 118 Padma Shri awards for the year of 2020. According to the statement issued by the President's office, former Union Ministers Arjun Jaitley, Sushma Swaraj and George Fernandez were posthumously awarded the Padma Vibhushan. More than 5 crore jobs in India. The World Economic Forum, which is shortly called as WEF, estimates that the Indian economy will reach to $1 trillion or about 1125 lakh crore rupees by 2070 due to the India's latest target of zero carbon emissions. This will create more than 5 crore new jobs according to WEF's latest research report. Supreme Court wants retired High Court judge to monitor Lakhimpur Kheri probe. The Supreme Court on Monday expressed unhappiness over the pace of probe by the Uttar Pradesh police in the Lakhimpur Kheri case and recommended monitoring of SIT investigations by a retired High Court judge. Punishment should be based on the evidence, Supreme Court. The Supreme Court on Monday commented that it was not appropriate to punish the accused by saying that heinous crimes were taking place outside. Punishment should be in accordance with the evidence. The onus is on the prosecution to prove guilt. Jayco D vaccine price 265 rupees. Jayco D vaccine that was developed by pharma company JDS Cadila has set a price of 265 rupees per dose. We know that the center will buy a total of 1 crore doses. We have discussed about this. Center is going to buy 1 crore doses from the JDS Cadila. Winter sessions of Parliament from the 29th of this month. The Cabinet Committee on Parliamentary Affairs headed by the Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has recommended that the winter session of Parliament will be held from this month 29th to December 23rd. The committee also suggested that meetings be held in accordance with the COVID protocol. Not a desirable position. Supreme Court on consent requests of CBI pending before states. The Supreme Court on Monday observed that it was not a desirable position that several CBI cases have hit a roadblock due to the pendency of requests for specific sections before state governments which have withdrawn their general consent for the investigation by the central agency. About 78 of the appeals sent by the CBI to 8 states are in pending. CRPF Jawan opened fire on comrades in Sukma districts of Chhattisgarh. A CRPF Jawan opened fire on comrades in Sukma district of Chhattisgarh. During this, 4 CRPF personnel have been died while 3 Jawans have been seriously injured. According to the report, the incident took place at around 1 o'clock in the night at Lingampalli CRPF 50 battalion camp in the Marayguda police station area. Anti-Corruption Bureau ACB probing 65 cases against serving retired officials including IAS and KAS officers. Prestigious anti-graft body has revealed that it is probing 65 cases involving serving and retired Indian Administrative Service IAS and as well as from the Kashmir Administration Services KAS officers. Andhra Pradesh, Volectra to supply 100 electric buses for Tirumala pilgrims. Electra Green Tech Limited and Eve Trans Private Limited received the letter of award from the APSRTC. The order is to supply 100 electric buses under the FAME 2 scheme of the Government of India. 50 buses will ply on Tirumala Tirupati Ghat and remaining 50 will ply to Nellore, Kadapa and Madanapalli as intercity buses. Andhra Pradesh won 4 Padma Awards. Badminton player PV Sindhu and Mumtaz Ali, founder of Satsang Foundation in Madanapalli, Chittoor districts, received the Padma Bhushan Award, and Dalavai Chalapati Rao, a puppet artist from Dharmavaram Mandal, Nimmalakunta, Anantapur district, and Yadla Gopala Rao received Padma Shri awards in the field of arts. Pressure on judiciary, Justice Kannaganti Lalita. The AP High Court has conducted farewell to Justice Kannaganti Lalita, who is going on transfer to the Telangana High Court. On the occasion, she said that in the recent past, there has been an attempt to intimidate judges by attributing malice to them, making that judges are working in an environment of extreme stress. Telangana forms panel to ensure COVID death mention in certificates. The state government of Telangana on Monday issued orders to constitute a district level COVID-19 death ascertaining committee, which is called CDAC, which will ensure mention of death date to COVID on the death certificates of patients who passed away due to the coronavirus. Telangana ranks 10th in logistics. As per the logistics east across different states, which is also called Leads 2021 report, Telangana, that had figured on the 8th position in 2019, has slipped to 10th position in 2021. Gujarat, Haryana and Punjab topped in that list, while Andhra Pradesh in the 9th rank. Donation of 3 crore rupees to Yadadri Swarnamayam scheme. State Labour Minister Mallareddy on Monday handed over a donation of 3 crore rupees on behalf of Medchal constituency to gold plating the Vimana Gopuram of Yadadri Sri Lakshmi Narasimha Swami Temple. Kala Award to Goreti Venkanna. Goreti Venkanna, a famous poet, lyricist and a member of the Telangana Legislative Council, has been awarded to Acharya Chandu Subbarao Sahitya Samskruti Samstha Kala Award for the year of 2021. Sports. Sankalp Gupta becomes India's 71st Grandmaster. Sankalp Gupta has become India's 71st Grandmaster by scoring 6.5 points and finishing second in the GM Ask 3-round Robin event in Serbia. National Amateur Golf League in Hyderabad. The inaugural edition of the National Amateur Golf League, which is called NAGL, tees off today at the Peter Herradin designed Boulder Hills Golf Country Club, Hyderabad. The championship will be competed in a league cum knockout format amongst 8 champion teams from leagues across golf clubs in India. Indian Grandmaster Arjun Erigaisi impresses with 3rd place finish in Lindor's Abhi Blitz event. Young Indian Grandmaster Arjun Erigaisi from Telangana came up with an impressive performance to finish 3rd in the Lindor's Abhi Blitz tournament organized to mark the 85th birth anniversary of legendary chess player Mikhail Tal. India's solid win over Namibia. Even though India has failed to reach the T20 World Cup semi-finals, it has beat Namibia by 9 wickets in the last match. These are the today's current affairs. Keep watching Adore Solutions Current Affairs program to get regular updates on current affairs. Thank you.
Adore Solutions. Add-on Desires.